Hi folks, Kenny from ScotPhil, and I hope you're all well. On today's video, the Dundee Museum of Transport. The big question. An update on the virus. A flyover by a real Spitfire. And no more Boeings. The virus. Some areas in northeast England and in Wales have had some restrictions placed on them. As for Scotland, since last week we now have 7 areas in Glasgow, Strathclyde, Lanarkshire that are now under extra restrictions. As for the rest of the country, we are still under the same rule of 6 that I mentioned last week. There's also been a couple more deaths, unfortunately, over the last week, and that brings our total up from what was sitting at 2499, we're now at 2501, so we've crossed that 2500 mark. So take care, wear your masks, wash your hands, keep your distance. We really don't want any more restrictions, and we certainly don't want any businesses having to close because of this. My trip to the Dundee Museum of Transport last week was a bit of a trip back in time. A lot of memories, including one special one from about 1965 and the last time I went across the Tay on the Fyfie, which was prior to the road bridge being opened in 1966. I wasn't even 8 then. That's just a little run through of the museum. Didn't want to bore you too much with videos of just transport if you're not interested in that. The next thing, the big question. Now, I was asking last week on the video if you're happy with the videos being uploaded on a Friday or if you would prefer them to be on a Saturday. I had a few comments on the channel and I had a couple of replies from people as well saying that they'd be quite happy with the Saturdays. So, as of next week, Saturdays it is. Next up is the flyover from the Spitfire. Okay folks, a heads up of where we are. We're on top of the law in Dundee. You'll have seen this view a few times before. There's the monument. Beyond there, the River Tay, the road bridge and the rail bridge. I'm looking out to the west. In the foreground is Balgay Hill. Beyond that is 9 Wells Hospital. Slightly to the left of the summit there is Victoria Hospital, and these are the 2 hospitals that the Spitfire will be flying over as it comes from 22 miles further up the river in Perth. Nice banking round. Sorry it was a bit of a short video, not the best of cameras and audio that I had. Wish you could be a bit closer, zoom in a bit more, but there you go. It was worth hearing it. If I hadn't been here, I wouldn't have seen it. Anyway, stay safe, stay well, see you soon, hopefully, next Saturday.